Good morning and welcome to Session Tarot. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're all well. I'm feeling pretty good. I have already meditated. Before I start, little announcement about the potential for a free reading for somebody, but I'll talk more about that at the end of the reading. And also, something else I was going to mention is that when I get myself ready for my readings, I meditate first, but I always light candles. It's just my own little thing. But I also throw a few drops of essential oil into the candle before I light it. Now, be careful about handling essential oils because they are highly flammable. So if you don't want to get into having a whole burner going, but you do have a candle somewhere close, you can throw a few drops of your favourite essential oils into the candle before you light it. Now be very careful that you don't touch the match or your lighter onto the actual liquid before it sinks into the candle, otherwise it might go poof. We don't want that happening. But today I've actually put in, I'm just looking for my bottle, I've put it away, sweet basil. Sweet basil essential oil is an awesome, apart from I love its smell, beautiful, beautiful aroma. It is a very uplifting oil. It's an antidepressant. It is beautiful for clearing your mind and for clearing the air around you. It has other physical bits and pieces that it works on as well, clearing respiratory, muscle aches and pains. Headaches, apparently if you throw a few drops on your forehead right here, don't get it in your eyes, just undiluted. It can assist with nasty headaches too. I tend to use another oil for that same thing, and I haven't tried basil for that. But also just be careful of doing a bit of a skin test on yourself first before you throw it anywhere in sensitive spots in case you're allergic, because some people are allergic to some essential oils. But I've got that wafting at the moment, and that's really, really nice. It's one of my favourite oils, that next to geranium, which is probably my number one on my list, followed by sweet basil. Anyway, the reading, the energies for this week. I have already meditated. I've already drawn some cards. What I have drawn, I'm using the Tarot of the 78 Doors. Interesting deck where in each card you have a doorway or a key, or both. The key might be symbolic, the doorway might be symbolic, but it's just really interesting symbols. I love working with symbols. So I've drawn 4 cards which give us the energies for the rest of this week from the 12th of December. But then underneath those I've actually used the Lenormand cards as well. So the Lenormand cards gives us more of a, tarot cards generally talk on an emotional, spiritual level. What's happening, lessons that we need to know, what's happening in the energies around us. The Lenormand cards tend to give us a very black and white, yep, this is happening. The dog's run over the road and got hit by a car. No, not that. No, that was a bit, don't know why I said that. I hope no one's, keep your dogs on leashes this week, guys. Not sure why I said that. But no, it's very, what is happening in a very practical day-to-day moment, and sometimes can be very in your face, which is what these cards that I've laid out for this week are interesting, and I had to sit and think about them for a little bit, and I'm glad I did. Generally I will draw the cards while I'm talking to you, but I just felt this time that I needed to get them down before I actually started speaking, and that's what I've done. So what we have got to start the week is the 7 of Pentacles, but it's reversed. So in this card we've got this lady throwing a dove out. It's like she's sending a message off, but we've got these gentlemen sitting, oh, where's my card? These guys ploughing the field in the background here. Now, generally this card talks about that you've been working really hard to get something done. Pentacles are what is tangible. It is finances, it's money, it's businesses that we do to get an income. It can be our health, it can be relationships depending on the cards around them. Now, there are a few cards around this that it's looking towards relationships for me, but I'll carry on. As I said, this reading will not resonate with everybody. There are some awesome readers out there if you're looking for something else, or if you're looking for something specific to your zodiac sign. But this is a general reading. So, and I am, if people would like a personal reading, they can contact me for that. But we start off with the Seven of Pentacles reversed. As I said, the Seven of Pentacles is generally about you've been working really hard, and you're now sitting back and you're looking at what it is you've done to get to this point. In the traditional Rider-Waite, you've got a guy's leaning on a hoe, and he's already planted the field, or has planted the vine, and things are starting to grow, and they're nearly ready for market, but they're not quite, but they're looking pretty good. He knows that he's been working hard. This card, there's the doorway, and she's releasing something from the doorway. So obviously, and she's pretty well dressed. She's looking like she earns a few dollars there. She's doing quite well. She's obviously can afford for someone else to be working out in the field. Lucky her. But she's releasing the dove to go and say, look, I'm nearly ready to harvest. Who would be willing to buy these things from me? She is the merchant, basically, and she's in this position of being able to, she knows that she's been working hard, getting this stuff together, ready to earn something from it. I'm also looking at the roses. Roses to me are very symbolic of growth and love and things that we love doing. You see those roses there? As I said, it is reversed though. So this can mean a number of things. For some people, this can mean that they feel that they've been working really hard at something, but they're not seeing the results. If it is a relationship, maybe you've been working hard, or spending time, putting effort, putting energy into nurturing a relationship, but you're not getting back what you feel that you deserve, or there is not this balance happening. You're not getting back what it is you're not getting back what you feel that you've worked hard towards something, and it's like you're slogging away, but you're just not seeing anything for it. Now, the reason I say, okay, I'm going to go back because I'm then being taken to the Lenormand card underneath it. As I said, you've got these guys, they're working in the field still, nearly ready for harvest, but it's not happening. The card underneath it, the Lenormand card, is the scythe, and the scythe talks about cutting away. Now, we've also got the harvest here, so that's what we've got happening in this card. It's where you're harvesting what you have sown. But in the context of this reading, it's more about something is being cut away, something is not working, so we're having to cut it away, we're having to lose it. Something is stopping, it's happening quite quickly. You may have had, with this card on top, you may have had, if there is a relationship, it may have suddenly what you thought you were getting from this relationship, or you may have thought you were working towards something that was growing. This could be a business as well. We'll go with it. For other people, it could be something that you've been working hard, and suddenly it's been cut out from beneath you. Something hasn't happened here. So what I'm going to do when I finish is that I'm going to read the Lenormand cards as a story, which is the way they are meant to be read. But at the moment, I'm using them to also add some context to the tarot card above. We go on to the Knight of Wands. Now, this is upright. The Knight of Wands is about action. It's about doing. It's about going in full bore. It's about being excited about something. But in this, and that is in the Rider-Waite, that's what he would be doing. He would be charging ahead with on his horse, with his wand out in front, and it's full bore, so excited about what he's doing. But here he's stationary and he's almost looking at the opportunities. When I see this, I'm also seeing, it's as if, see these ravens, we've got the dove in this one, and we've got the ravens in this one. the ravens, it's a flock of ravens that are going ahead of him. So he's actually, something has stopped him in his tracks here, which is, now I don't always read the tarot cards exactly by their meanings. I will look at the image and the image will tell me intuitively where it wants to go. Something has stopped him in his tracks. The horse wouldn't mind, it's got one foot up, it wouldn't mind going forward, but there is something there that doesn't feel quite right. The door, here's our doorway again. The doorway is open, but that's where the birds are actually coming from the doorway, which is odd. I've never noticed that before. The doorway is not fully open, so there's something tentative about that he's not quite sure about going through. He's not getting what it is he wants. The person is not getting what they want, and so they're thinking about it carefully about whether they should proceed or not, which is not generally what this card is about, but it's a feeling that I'm getting here. Underneath that, we've got the lady. Oop, there we go. The lady. And the lady is generally either a female in your life. It could be you if you're female and you're watching this. So if this is a relationship, this could be a relationship breakdown with somebody, or you're just not getting what you want, and it could be from somebody that you know. Or this could be you. This could be a fella. The court cards in the tarot don't necessarily talk about sex. They can just talk about the personality traits, the energetic traits of a person. But I am getting, no, I'm not. I'm just looking at the cards, so bear with me because I'll be picking up different things from the cards, and I've got to try and make sure that it's coherent as we go along. I don't want to get too messed up with this. Sorry. So we've got the guy who's standing there tentative. He's not quite sure whether he wants to move forward. It's as if he sent out the ravens are messages, and he's going to wait for more information to come in to see whether it's worthwhile going that extra distance, is what I'm getting now. Now this could be to do with, I'm looking back down at the woman. Now these cards are not meant to be read intuitively, so I've been told, but I can't help but look at the book that she's holding. She's also holding a rose, so there's possibly information that she's been receiving where she's having to ponder about what it is she wants to do. She's thinking, she's looking back. Now try and hold these the right way. She's looking back at the scythe going, is this what I want to do? Do I need to cut to the chase? Do I need to cut something out of my life, cut someone out of my life? Or this has happened in the past and not sure whether she should go forward or why she has done this. She's actually thinking about why she's done this. She's not quite sure. This will resonate with somebody. After the Knight of Wands, we've got the Three of Swords. Now we've got this old lady throwing pins in this little doll. There are 3 candles burning at the top there. Traditionally, you've got in the Rider-Waite, you've got the heart with the 3 swords, and you've got the clouds behind it. And it talks about this, the doorway is the curtain behind her. She sits in the doorway. The cloud, sorry, that's just reminded me of the clouds. The cloud in the Three of Swords, the clouds in the background say that any misery, any drama, any grief has happened in the past. It's like you're ahead of this now. When I see this card, this talks to me about being worried about the past. She's putting pins, to me, she's putting pins in almost a younger version of herself. And she's a little bit bitter and twisted about it. It's like she's hanging on to this stuff that's happened in the past, or regrets about decisions that she has made in the past, and should she have done it. And she's regretting it. She's putting pins in it. She's unhappy about what has happened in the past and where it's brought her to now, to this point. I see that she has choices here. It could also be, we always have choices. Sorry, I'm looking again at this. Generally when I have read this card, I've seen that this is someone regretting decisions that they've made. But this is about somebody else, because the card underneath it, the Lenormand card, is the fox. The fox is cunning. The fox is devious. The fox takes advantage of situations. The fox generally does what they need to do to get by, but this could be someone in your past that has done the wrong thing by you and you feel that you may have been cheated. Someone has been a little bit underhanded. They've been a little bit clever and to your detriment. This could be, if this is in the work scene, this is someone working behind the scenes that have almost undermined what you have done. Someone that has undermined what you have been creating. And so you think you've been working so hard, but then you have this person that you think you've been working hard, but you have this person that may have come and undermined what it is you're doing. Now this is all a little bit miserable. All a bit miserable. It's like there is something has stopped you in your tracks. You're not quite sure how to move forward, and you may have regrets about what has happened previously, either something that you have done or something that someone else has done, and you may have had to have removed them from your life, or may have been removed, or maybe you have removed yourself from them, or from them, or from the relationship, or from a business dealing. But we will go on to the big but, because it's getting better. As we head to the end of the week, we have got the Ten of Cups, and we've got the anchor. Now, the anchor, I'm going to go to the anchor first, talks about stability. It talks about finding your safe harbour. What do ships do when they've come to harbour? They're about to put out the offload the freight, the people, whatever they've had on their ship. They may have come through a bit of a turbulent time, but they come into the harbour, they put their anchor down, and generally they're there for a while. So this talks about safe harbour. It talks about stability. It talks about long term. It's also a bit of strength there I'm feeling as well. The Ten of Cups is just lovely. The Ten of Cups is all things awesome. We get to the end of this turbulent time where we've made decisions. I just feel that choices have been made here with this Three of Swords, because it is in the background. She is also looking towards the past. It's like you come to this point where you decide that it's not worth dwelling in the past. We just move on. If we do that, then these wonderful opportunities come. We've got happy marriage here. It's finding the perfect home, the perfect family. We're getting closer towards Christmas, and the holidays. Some people don't celebrate Christmas, but there are holidays for most of us, of generally sharing good times with people that we love. And that's what the Ten of Cups is about. It's also endings. Know that if you've been going through a turbulent time, the 10 is an end of a cycle. It's lovely, and it's like we've got to the end of whatever dramas. We can see potential and growth and happiness, and that's what's out here. And we will be able to see that towards the end of this coming week. We have the swords. Sorry, I've said swords. No, I'm not going to go with swords. I was possibly still thinking the Three of Swords. But we've got the anchor, which is we will feel grounded, we will feel secure, we will feel a lot better. But if we're going through stuff early this week, about now, time being malleable, it moves. So we could have been talking about what's happening earlier this week. We're moving into the middle of the week. We're going on to next Wednesday or thereabouts. Things will be looking a lot better by end of this 7 days. I was going to talk about, as you read the Lenormand cards as a story. Generally, when you put out some cards, you'll have the focus card. The focus card is in the middle, and that is the lady. The lady has cut something away. Something has been removed, and it happened quite quickly. She was able to move away. That's in the past. That's what she's looking at, was the scythe. She's either been able to reaped what she's sown, or she's seen someone else reap what they have sown. And because of that, they have been cut off, and cut off quickly. It's also, it could have been a woman who was cunning, a woman who was deceitful, a woman who's been working under the radar to undermine what it is you've been doing. But how we end up is with strength and stability. So it's actually been to your benefit that's occurred. So we've got something being removed by a woman who was deceitful, or something being cut away by a woman who was deceitful or cunning, or very clever. It could have just been very, very clever. And because that's been cut away, because that's been removed, then we have stability and safe harbour at the end. So that all looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go for a bit of a grace card. A bit of a grace card by Cheryl Richardson. What is it we need to know on top of this? Okay. Rest. Take a mental break. A quiet mind has direct access to wisdom and insight. I'm not sure if we had this card last week or if I drew it in my card of the day. Take a mental break. A quiet mind has direct access to wisdom and insight. When we stress about something, continue to stress about something, and we try and make something happen, the answers generally refuse to come. As soon as we find some quiet space for our minds, generally the answers come. So that could be in meditation, that can be getting out in nature. Go for if you're in Australia, it's stinking hot. This coming week, really, really hot. Go for a swim. Just get out of your head for a bit. Take a little nap. Naps are good. Take a nap, it's good for you. And shall we have one more? One more. Colette Baron-Reid. Wisdom of the Oracle. Co-create. Co-create. Get out there and work with others. If you're looking towards building something new, then see if you can find someone to give you. You might see if you can find someone to give you a hand, but you may find that joining together with someone else can create a synergy and turn something that may have been a simple idea in your mind into something bigger and better than what it could be with just your input alone. So, I'm just looking at the egg. The egg is about new growth. And see, it's a spotted egg. The bird would have laid the egg, and she's co-created with the leopard because it's got spots, a spotty egg. Interesting? I'll leave that one with you. Co-create. See if you can find someone who can assist you to turn your next venture into something bigger and better than Ben-Hur. I'm looking at an example. I'm looking at organising Christmas lunch for my family, and I will get together with a few of my children, and we will co-create to make something awesome that we can share. Won't we, Jasmine and Rachel? Now, news. I am offering, here I'll start at the beginning. My little Facebook page has got nearly 100 likes, and I'm very, very excited by that. Now, when I get to the 100 likes, I am going to offer a free reading to somebody. Now, if you would like to be in the running for a free reading, I would like you to like my Facebook page, follow my Facebook page, and add a comment if you would like to receive a reading. If you would like to like and follow, subscribe, tick the bell, all that kind of stuff on my YouTube channel, that would be awesome too. But I will get back to the lucky winner, when I've got my 100 likes, which, as I said, I'm so excited by that, so excited. And in a few days' time, so like, share, comment. When I've got my 100 likes, I will pick a name from the comments from people that would like a reading, and I will let you know next week. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope your week goes really well, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.